Viewer, the last 50 days in India have proved every Indian citizen's most stubborn belief about this country. That the law favors the rich, that the privileged almost always manage to bend the law in their favor, and that law enforcement is almost exclusively reserved for those without power, money or connections. Take just 3 stories that India Today's coverage exploded into national media headlines. Number 1, the underage teenager who killed a young couple in his speeding Porsche in Pune 52 days ago. Remember that? Godman Bhole Baba, whose brazenly violatory satsang killed 121 people, devotees, in a stampede just a few days ago in Uttar Pradesh. And finally, a Maharashtra ruling party leader's son, whose speeding BMW crushed a woman to death, following which he was allowed to evade the law for 3 whole days. This is the guy, and he's finally been caught. These 3 stories, the ones that I've just read out for you, confirm that core cynicism that unites us all as Indians. The silent resignation to the fact that the justice system in this country is overwhelmingly tilted towards those who cannot fight. That the political system serves only the rich and works against the poor. And that law enforcement simply refuses to do its job properly when the target is someone influential. In the Pune case, the teenager received bail after the High Court noted his own trauma in the incident. Imagine that. A case in which it was plain to see the level of insidious interference that young man's family was busy orchestrating became for the High Court, for some reason, an issue of the teenager's personal trauma, clearing the decks for his bail. And he's out there. So despite 2 people dead, that underage teenager is living the life with his aunt, free to do as he pleases. Then there's Godman Bhole Baba of Uttar Pradesh, who has the distinction of allowing and enjoying 360-degree political support. Not only is the Yogi Adityanath government reluctant to act against him despite 121 dead at his satsang, but the opposition, which has been vocal in all other VIP cases in Pune, in Mumbai, is tellingly silent in UP. And like I said before, it's because of this VIP godman's caste identity, his resources, his power. Over a week later, nobody has even caught a glimpse of the godman, and nobody seems to care. The buck stops with Yogi Adityanath, and the question remains, why isn't the UP CM, who puts such great emphasis on law and order in Uttar Pradesh, refusing to act against the rich and powerful? And finally, Mihir Shah, the man in the headlines right now, who probably wouldn't have been arrested if it wasn't for India Today's coverage. And I don't say that lightly. No channel had even the spine or the guts to ask the hard questions of the Shinde Sena until India Today had. The brazenness of the criminal justice system laid bare in the previous 2 cases I've mentioned, burnished to a golden shine in this BMW case. A ruling party leader puppeteered the escape of his son after killing a woman, and the Mumbai police permitted him to stay conveniently off radar, allowing his blood to strip itself of any possible alcohol and therefore quietly destroy the case from the inside out. It's beautiful. It's like poetry. And remember, these 3 cases played out, viewer, in the full blast of the media glare, including here on this show, on this channel, on this network. These 3 stories have transpired with an unusual level of public attention and social media traction. And they've still proved everyone's worst fear. It doesn't matter. The media glare doesn't matter. The social media anger doesn't matter. The narrative doesn't matter. The system will always favor the rich and the powerful. That is the message in these 3 stories that have played out over just 52 days. Well, the big headline of the day, of course, is that Mumbai's killer brat, Mihir Shah, has finally been arrested and he's been taken into police custody. The 24-year-old son of a Shinde Sena leader was produced in court today. He has admitted to the police that he indeed was driving the BMW during the fatal crash in which a fisherman's wife, Kaveri Nakhwa, was killed. Mihir also revealed that he got very scared after he hit Pradeep and Kaveri Nakhwa and dragged the deceased for around 1.5 kilometers. Here's a report on everything we know between his arrest yesterday and his remand to police custody today. More revelations in the Mumbai hit-and-run case. Sources tell India Today the accused Mihir Shah has admitted that he was driving the BMW when it rammed Pradeep and Kaveri Nakhwa's two-wheeler early on Sunday morning. Mihir has revealed that he got scared after he dragged Kaveri on the car bonnet for about 1.5 kilometers. After the incident that killed Kaveri, Mihir went to his girlfriend's house and even tried hiding his identity by shaving his beard to escape the police who were searching for him. After India Today's relentless coverage, Mihir was caught after being on the run for 60 hours. Meanwhile, the Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation sent a bulldozer to the Juhu bar where Mihir and his friends were partying. The BMC claims illegal structures at the bar were demolished. The crackdown comes a day after the bar was sealed for allegedly serving liquor to underage customers. Maharashtra's ruling party, the Shinde Sena, has sacked Mihir Shah's father, Rajesh Shah, from the party after facing relentless political heat over the case. Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena has accused the ruling party of shielding the accused. Aditya Thackeray visited the victim's family on Wednesday.
This is not just a hit and run, this is not just an accident, this is a murder. Day one we kept our political decency and we said we will not like to politicize this case. But the fact is, if the accused was allowed to run away and hide for 60 hours, now you start thinking whether there was any politics in this, whether there was any political patronage in this. The bulldozer justice that is meted out to people here and there, on slums, on other people, I would want to see that bulldozer justice happening in this case.
उनको बसाने की कोशिश पहले दिन से चल रही, क्योंकि बेटे का जो बाप है वो इतना शिंदे वाली शिवसेना का नेता है और बहुत ही रसूखदार आदमी है, पैसे वाला आदमी है, नशे में बार बार कुचल दिया, सड़क पर फेंक कर वापस कुचल दिया। आप देखिए वीडियो, ये तो बहुत ही अमानुष प्रकार है और ऐसी व्यक्ति कभी जेल से छूटनी नहीं चाहिए।
Meanwhile, Chief Minister Shinde has accused the opposition of politicizing the tragic incident.
अपोजिशन हमेशा आरोप करते रहे, उनके पास आरोप के सिवा दूसरा कोई काम है? हम लोग कंस्ट्रक्टिव काम कर रहे हैं, हम प्रैक्टिकल काम कर रहे हैं। हिट एंड रन में जो दोषी है, जो गुनाहगार है, उनको बिल्कुल बख्शा नहीं जाएगा, उनके ऊपर कड़ी कार्रवाई हो जाएगी।
Kaveri Nakhwa's family is demanding swift justice. With Dipesh Tripathi and Saurabh Bhaktania in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today. Now, Mihir Shah was arrested after being on the run for 60 full hours. Where was he in those 60 hours? Let's just show you. He rammed his car into Pradeep and Kaveri Nakhwa in Worli. He dragged the victim for 1.5 kilometers near the sea link. The Bandra-Worli sea link is where the body was finally found along with the car. From there, he went to Kalanagar, Bandra area, where he called his father. His father, remember, the Shinde Sena Neta, who then apparently advised him on switching seats with the driver, etc. Then, getting terrified, he fled from there and he goes and hides in his girlfriend's house. This is in the Goregaon area of Mumbai. From Goregaon, now he was fully in touch with his family. Then he recedes to the Borivali residence of the Shahs. That's where he went. And from Borivali, he finally fled to a resort in Thane. And it was in Thane district after in a place called Yeur. Then he fled from there. He went to a Murbad resort, which is far away from Mumbai. After that, he took a long circuitous route and was arrested from a resort in Virar, well north of Mumbai. 60 hours after the accident actually took place. I want to go across now to India Today's Divyesh Singh, who's tracking this story. He joins us from outside the Mumbai court, which has remanded Mihir Shah to a week's police custody. Divyesh, what happens next now? Interrogation of Mihir Shah has apparently already begun. What do we know?
Shiv, the prosecution pointed out that they wanted to confront Mihir Shah with Raj Rishi Bidawat. Remember, Raj Rishi Bidawat is also an co-accused in the case, and he's the driver. He was present in the vehicle, and as it had happened in the Pune Porsche case, here also there was a ploy, there was a conspiracy to shift blame on the driver so that the driver could be booked and Mihir goes scot-free. But there was CCTV footage, and the husband, Pradeep Nakhwa, was alive. He was one of the crucial witnesses in the case. He gave his statement that nailed Mihir Shah. CCTV footage nailed Mihir Shah. And after that, when police reached the spot in Kalanagar where the car was found, they found that the number plate was missing. So Rajesh Shah, also part of the conspiracy, he tried to destroy evidence. He pulled out one of the number plates from the vehicle and he kept that number plate in the vehicle itself. So police now have to recover Mihir Shah's mobile phone. What was the conversation that he was having with who were the persons, who were the people that he had spoken to while he was on the run after the incident, after the accident, and who are the people who helped him evade police for good 60 hours or for being on the run. While he was on the run, remember his mother Meena, sister Pooja, younger sister Kinjal, friend Avdeep were with him when he fled from Borivali to Thane, and Thane to Murbad, then Shahpur, and then from Shahpur on Monday evening, he left for Virar with his friend Avdeep. It was his friend Avdeep's slip-up that gave up
Divyesh and his team have been reporting this story in such a consistent manner that it has led to impact after impact on this story. Remember, Mihir Shah has been arrested. It's been, he was finally arrested in Virar yesterday. But it's a series of India Today impacts that has really defined the milestones of this story. He was arrested. Huge impact that took place yesterday after relentless coverage on India Today. The second big impact was action that was taken against the bar where Mihir Shah had apparently been with his friends on the night of the accident, or the night before the accident, which took place early in the morning. The license of that bar has been cancelled. Bulldozer justice has also been deployed against this particular bar. The illegal portions of the bar, amazingly, which had gone past the authorities so far, now they've woken up and decided to do that. Again, only because of India Today's coverage. And finally, probably most importantly, even though it's not anywhere near enough, the Shiv Sena father of Mihir Shah, he's been axed from his post as the deputy leader in Palghar. So all of these impacts define the story so far, but not for a moment does it mean the story is over. In fact, it has only really just begun. I want to bring in Mustafa Sheikh also in on this story. Mustafa, action taken against Rajesh Shah as well. He's been dropped as deputy leader from Palghar in the Shinde Sena. Is there any other action that the Chief Minister is contemplating? You know, he has gone out on a limb. He has taken ownership. He has said, no one will be spared, etc. What more are we expecting to see apart from the legal proceedings?
Well, of course, Shiv, it's expected that a lot of decision will be taken on Rajesh Shah and expelling him from the party, because this has really become a political liability for him at the time when in 2 months the state assembly elections are going to happen. We'll just show you 10-second visuals of the bar where the demolition is on. The BMC has given a correct data now. We have a number that it was 3,500 square feet of illegal construction, out of which 1,500 was on the ground floor where there was a glass ceiling which was being used illegally, and above what you can see the entire demolition has taken place. That is the illegal coverage, which is about 2,000 square feet. So that's entirely 3,500 square feet. 5 engineers, 1 bulldozer which is still parked there, and other workers using the gas cutters. The BMC has completed or almost completed this entire demolition drive. So yes, it was late, but still political action was taken against Rajesh Shah to remove him from the post of the deputy leader, which was very important, and questions are being asked why so late. The other thing is what other action will be taken. In fact, the opposition in Maharashtra has said that rather than doing bulldozer justice on the bar where he drank, you should do bulldozer justice at Rajesh Shah's house. So we'll have to wait and see how, because these things are turning political also, given the assembly sessions is ongoing, election is coming soon, and also the victim's family has said that stringent section should be put against Mihir Shah so that he can get maximum punishment. Back to you.
Okay, we'll keep a track of that. Bulldozer justice is taking place on the bar. And, you know, viewer, I want to say this very clearly to those of you who are watching, that bulldozer justice may seem like justice, but we have to ask the simple question, what were the Mumbai authorities doing so far if they already knew that this part of this particular bar was illegal? Are they trying to say that they had no idea it was illegal? Are they trying to say they had no idea that underage people were drinking? Are they trying to say that they are incompetent about things happening in India's financial capital? Those are the questions to ask, because otherwise bulldozer justice is only eyewash. Let me put that out there as you watch those pictures, because the Shinde government will make it seem like they want you to believe that action is being taken. But in my view, it's just eyewash. Justice has not been done just yet. Now remember that the Mihir Shah story, the BMW case, comes about 50 days after a 17-year-old in Pune smashed his Porsche into a couple on a bike. He was in a drunken state. He was underage. He was speeding in an unregistered Porsche. I don't even need to remind you about this story, because it was this show that made the Porsche story in Pune India's biggest headline. He knocked 2 people down, killed them. Pune's Kalyani Nagar area is where this happened in the early hours of May 19th, 52 days ago, and it remains fresh in everyone's memory. Last month, the Bombay High Court, recognizing the personal trauma of the 17-year-old who was lodged in a juvenile observation home, gave him bail. Recognizing his personal trauma and what he had been through, the Bombay High Court gave him bail, and now that teenager is living the full life with his aunt. His father, Vishal Agarwal, also got bail, but he's still behind bars because that's the number of cases against him. His mother also continues to stay in jail for being involved in trying to hide her son's blood alcohol level by bribing her way into the forensic system and switching blood samples. So Shivani Agarwal and Vishal Agarwal, the parents, powerful Pune builders, continue to be in jail. But I have no reason to believe they will not be out soon as well. The miner's grandfather, who lured the driver to take the blame for the accident, is also out on bail, even though he has many other cases against him, kidnapping, etc., but he's out on bail. On the other side, however, and there's always another side in these stories, and that's why I'm highlighting them, viewer, the family of Anish Awadhya and Ashwini Koshta are still awaiting justice, just like the family of Kaveri Nakhwa in Mumbai. They are going to be awaiting justice. And it does not show any signs of alacrity in the justice system whatsoever that the family in Pune and what they have faced should give the family in Mumbai any faith in the justice system whatsoever. And that's why today, while we report on what's been happening in Mumbai and the BMW story, I wanted to remind all of our viewers about the Pune Porsche story, show you the faces of those 2 victims, Ashwini and Anish. And live with me today on my show is Om Prakash Awadhya. He is the father of Anish Awadhya, the young man who lost his life 52 days ago when that teenage Porsche driver smashed his car into their motorcycle. Om Prakash ji, आपका स्वागत है. 50 दिन हो गए Om Prakash ji. आपने देखा है कि ये केस कैसे चल रहा है। जो शख्स गाड़ी चला रहा था उसको अल्टीमेटली बेल मिल ही गया था। आपको कैसे लगा जब उसको बेल मिल गया था और बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट ने बोला कि उसका जो पर्सनल ट्रॉमा है वो भी एक्नॉलेज करना चाहिए? आपको कैसे लगा ओम प्रकाश जी?
हमें तो बहुत बुरा लगा सर इस चीज के लिए, जिसके लिए क्या है, इसको जुवेनाइल जस्टिस में जो इन्होंने ऑर्डर किया था, इसके लिए हमने ये दिया था कि इसके ऊपर बालिग का केस चलाया जाए, लेकिन उसके लिए आवेदन दिया गया था, उसमें कोई सुनवाई नहीं हुई
जी।
जहाँ तक मेरे लगता है कोई सुनवाई नहीं की गई। यदि उसमें अच्छे सुनवाई की जाती तो आज जो महीने और बाद ये घटना घटी, जो मुंबई की घटना हुई है, तो थोड़ा फर्क पड़ता, थोड़ा डर होता कि आने वाले समय में ऐसे करने में कोई सजा मिलेगी। अब आप देख सकते हैं, बिल्डर का बेटा था, साफ सुथरा होकर निकल जा रहा है, सभी लोगों ने उसका समर्थन किए, पूरा राजनेताओं का सहयोग है, संरक्षण है, सब कुछ है, बड़ी पार्टी है। उसी को देख करके दूसरा केस हुआ। आने वाले समय हो सकता है तीसरा भी केस हो, यदि ऐसे ही चलता रहा तो।
50 दिन हो गए ओम प्रकाश जी। उस जो लड़का था जो पोर्श ड्राइव कर रहा था, उसका उसका बाप, उसकी माँ, दोनों लॉकअप में हैं, अभी कस्टडी में हैं। अभी बहुत सारे केसेस हैं उनके खिलाफ। कुछ केसेस में उनको बेल मिल चुका है, लेकिन वो अभी भी अंदर ही हैं, क्योंकि अभी तो साफ साफ सामने आ गया है कि कितना फैमिली की तरफ से कितना इंटरफेरेंस था। वो ब्लड सैंपल स्वैप किया, किसी को रिश्वत दिया, किसी को ये किया, इसका फोन कॉल आया, उसका फोन कॉल आया, एमएलए भी आ गया था पुलिस स्टेशन में। तो ये जो केस आप लड़ रहे हैं ओम प्रकाश जी, ये एक वीआईपी लेवल का केस बन गया है। क्या आपको लगता है कि इन 50 दिन में कि जस्टिस सिस्टम काम कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है?
सर हमें ज्यादा लग नहीं रहा है। असल में क्या, हम इतनी 1200 किलोमीटर दूर बैठे हुए हैं पुणे से या मुंबई से दूर बैठे हैं, तो हमें कोई जानकारी ढंग से मिल नहीं पा रही है। अभी तो हम सिर्फ देख ही रहे हैं कि जैसे कुछ समय तक पुलिस वालों ने जो केस में एक्शन लिया है, और या महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट जो एक्शन पे थी, तो कुछ समय तक हमें लग रहा था कि सब सही चलेगा। लेकिन आने वाले समय में ये लग रहा है कि हो सकता है धीरे धीरे दबता चला जाए। लेकिन ये तीसरा जो आपका मुंबई वाला केस हुआ, इस चक्कर में फिर इसकी बात, हमारी जो न्याय के लिए बात उठी है, जो बच्चे के लिए न्याय मिलने के लिए बात उठी है, इससे लग रहा है कि ये पूरा जो देश हमारा सहयोग दिया है, आने वाले समय में ये दोनों केसों को जोड़ कर देखा जाए और नया नियम कानून बनाया जाए, ताकि हिट एंड रन का केस कम हो।
ये महाराष्ट्र सरकार से कोई आपके संपर्क में है ओम प्रकाश जी? किसी ने आपको कुछ रीअश्योरेंस दिया है, कुछ प्रोमिसेस, क्या कुछ वादा किया है आपको?
नहीं सर, ऐसा किसी साइड से तो है नहीं। हम तो सोच रहे थे कि कम से कम हमारे बच्चे यदि एमपी गवर्नमेंट से हैं, तो कम से कम एमपी गवर्नमेंट का अंडरटेकिंग कुछ करना चाहिए, इस केस के लिए बोलना चाहिए। लेकिन हमें समझ में आ रहा है कि अब कुछ समय वो ठंडा पड़ जाता है। लेकिन सोशल मीडिया या और आप लोगों जैसे मीडिया के सहयोग से आज ये केस इतना बड़ा हुआ, पूरे सभी नजर पे आया। अब ये लोग क्या करते हैं, इतने बड़े राजनेता या इतने बड़े बिल्डर के बेटे या पूंजीपतियों के बेटे हैं, इसलिए बाइज्जत बरी हो रहे हैं। और जो आपका बार चलाते हैं, जो और जिसमें कई परिवार पलते हैं, उनमें ये बुलडोजर चला देते हैं, जो कि मेरे ख्याल से तो वो गलत है। भाई आप ही उनको लाइसेंस देते हैं, आप ही उनसे पैसे लेते, राजस्व आपको वही पूर्त करते हैं। अंत में यदि कुछ केस होता है, बड़े बिल्डर या बड़े राजनेता का कोई नाम आता, बच्चा फंसता है, तो आप पहले तो कार्रवाई उन पे करते हैं। ये नहीं पहले बच्चे को उठा के अंदर करें या उसके माँ बाप के ऊपर अंदर करें और महीने और के अंदर जस्टिस दें।
क्या आपको लगता है ओम प्रकाश जी कि अगर इस केस में, अनीश वाले केस में, अगर कुछ जल्दी से जस्टिस सिस्टम अगर काम करता, तो मुंबई में जो हुआ है अभी बीएमडब्ल्यू केस जो आप देख रहे हैं, वो नहीं होता? आप सहमत हैं इससे कि ये नहीं होता?
नहीं होता सर। देखिए, थोड़ा तो डर होता। आप एक महीने के अंदर इसमें डिसीजन दे देते पुणे केस में, आज हमारा बच्चा गया, चलिए कोई बात नहीं। लेकिन आने वाले, हमने यही बोला था, यदि इसमें जल्दी न्याय मिलेगा तो आने वाले में समय में देश में जो और बच्चों के साथ दुर्घटनाएं हो सकती थी, वो बच सकता है।
और आपको लगता है कि कोई डर ही नहीं है, जो ये जो इन्फ्लुएंशियल और पावरफुल फैमिलीज जो है, कोई डर ही नहीं है?
हमें सब लगता है। जी हाँ, कोई डर नहीं है। अब आप देखिए, पुणे बिल्डर का लड़का 2 लोगों को हिट चला जाता है, और इतना उसके लिए आपकी ये सुनील टिंगरे जी जो विधायक हैं उधर के, इनका समर्थन 3 घंटे थाने में बैठते हैं। आप बताइए, ये मानवता तो नहीं है कहीं से? मेरे को नहीं लगता कहीं से मानवता दिखता है। आप इतने बड़े राजनेता बनते हैं, सब कुछ करते हैं, लेकिन कम से कम इन सब चीजों से दूर रखें। यदि ये इन सब चीजों में विधायक जी पर कुछ कार्रवाई होती या उनके और कुछ पनिशमेंट अच्छी होती, तो मेरे को नहीं लगता कि ये जो आपके ये क्या नाम से मिहिर जी हैं, मिहिर शाह राजेश जी के बेटे हैं, ये ऐसे चलाने की हरकत कर पाते। हिमायत कभी नहीं करती है। इनको भी थोड़ा दहशत होता कि पुणे केस में ये तुरंत 2 महीने के अंदर इनको अंदर कर दिए या कुछ कार्रवाई होती, इनको दहशत होता, डर होता, लेकिन कोई डर नहीं है।
अगर आप एक आखिरी सवाल ओम प्रकाश जी, क्योंकि दोनों केस अभी चल रहे हैं और जैसे आपने बताया कि ये जो हुआ है इन दोनों केसेस में, ये मीडिया के पूरा अटेंशन के सामने हुआ है। लोग देख रहे थे कि ये क्या हो रहा है, पूरा देश देख रहा था कि ये कैसे चला है, और फिर भी इसको बेल मिल गया था। फिर भी जो भी हुआ था वो बिल्कुल कैमरे के सामने हुआ है। अगर आप महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे जो अभी एक बयान दिए हैं कि नोबडी विल बी स्पेयर्ड, हम कड़ी से कड़ी कार्रवाई करेंगे और एक्शन लेंगे, अगर आप उनसे कुछ कह सकते थे तो आप क्या कहते? और वो सुन रहे हैं ओम प्रकाश जी, वो ये शो देख रहे हैं आज। जी बोलिए।
जी सुना नहीं मैंने, आप क्या?
जी, अगर आप मुख्यमंत्री को कुछ कहना चाहते हैं तो बोलिए अभी, क्योंकि वो सुन रहे हैं, वो अभी ये शो देख रहे हैं अभी।
मैं महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमान शिंदे जी से ये निवेदन करना चाहता हूँ कि कम से कम ऐसे केसों में थोड़ा सा दूरियां बना के रखें और पनिशमेंट जो है जल्द से पनिशमेंट दें, ताकि आने वाले समय में महाराष्ट्र से कोई बच्चे दूर न भागें या दुर्घटना को देख करके दूर भागना न चाहें। इसलिए मैं चाहूंगा कि इनको जल्द से जल्द कार्रवाई करें और थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखें। नया नियम बनाया जाए, कुछ ऐसा सिस्टम होना चाहिए कि नया नियम बने जिसके तहत थोड़ा डर हो।
ओम प्रकाश जी, आपका आवाज मुख्यमंत्री तक 100% पहुंचेगा और मैं आपको प्रॉमिस भी करता हूं कि हम इस स्टोरी पे रहेंगे, इस केस को ट्रैक करेंगे, हम लगातार हमारे व्यूअर्स को इस केस पर अपडेट देंगे और आपसे बातचीत करते रहेंगे। बहुत धन्यवाद ओम प्रकाश जी हमसे जुड़ने के लिए।
धन्यवाद, थैंक यू।
Well, as promised, we do not let go of stories on this network.